Well, you got a whole crew of baldies with you now, huh? Was that the mission all along? Wheeler lost his hair, and you got a shaved head, Claudio. Marina dodged a bullet, thank God.
I do think Marina would have pulled off a shaved head very well.
I pictured it.
I think Tony Storm would have pulled off a shaved head very well as well. But I think Wheeler looks good. It's a nice buzz cut. It's a good, sharp buzz cut.
For a piece of shit, it's nice to see his face. You know, he's a shitty guy, but it's nice to see his face again.
Yeah, he looks good.
Yeah.
It's high and tight. But the most important thing is he kept his word.
Yes.
You're only as good as your word.
Sure.
And him and Marina and Tony and Orange, they really put it on the line. They took a big risk. You know, a lot of people would not want to risk the humiliation of being shaven in the middle of the ring on live TV, beamed across the entire world in an arena full of people. That takes guts. So I think it's a big win for everybody. And I think it shows Wheeler's character, that he took the risk and he stepped up and he took it on the chin. And every day he looks in the mirror, he can know that he took it on the chin and he stayed true to his word. I think that's a victory.
So yes, it showed that Wheeler, it showed part of his character, but I do think it also showed some of your character, because we saw all the clips of Wheeler not really sure how to handle the situation, and you made dead sure that he was going to go back in that ring and be true to his word.
Yeah, really, I mean, it showed personal growth.
Yeah.
No, this is the thing. Nobody wants to eat shit anymore. Can't get anybody to eat any shit. You know how much shit you have to eat?
Yeah,
unfortunately, to get to the top of this sport? So those who can handle that, guys like Wheeler, guys like Daniel Garcia, I can see it in guys like that. You know, it's not about starting strong. It's about how long can you remain steady. Endurance is the key factor in this sport. And we're going to see guys come and flame out. We're going to see them come and go and come and go. And a long time from now, when countless flashes in the pan have come and flamed out, guys like Daniel Garcia, guys like Wheeler, who have the endurance, who have the character, they will remain. There's a reason I got guys like that on my team.
So I actually want to talk to you about that, because I did go back to watch the last time we did one of these, and I had all of the Death Riders. You guys have grown a little bit since then in numbers, but also just like the character of a lot of the members of the Death Riders, from Yuta, like you're talking about, to seeing Marina now being able to go in and have a match with Tony Storm on a pay-per-view. Claudio Castagnoli, the CMLL heavyweight champion. We've got Daniel Garcia. Pac came back and looks like somehow he got even better. Talk to me about the growth of everybody that you've been able to see, because you see stuff that we see off camera.
I don't think there's anything I've ever done that I'm more proud of in my career than what we've built with the Death Riders. Death Riders means nothing. It's just words put together. I like it because it's kind of that wrestling Japanglish. Because there was some kind of commercial with a jacket from Goodwill that said Death Riders, that I think was like the motorcycle guys who ride around inside the big steel ball at the carnival, which I've never done. So I have no idea what it means or where it's come from. But in Japan, they started calling me the Death Rider and started calling, it's a word that means nothing, but to me, it means something now. I don't think I would be here if not for these people. I don't know what I would be doing. I might be in jail by this point, if not for this group of people. You know, like a couple years ago, I'm looking around, and I still look around to this day, and I'm like, I'm surrounded by clowns everywhere. I listen to people talk, and I'm like, do you even know what you're talking about? Are we even talking about wrestling? I don't think you even know what you're talking about. Sometimes I think George, the sound guy over here, is the only guy who's a fucking clue what's going on around here.
Shout out to George.
And I said to myself, this culture, this attitude, This does not represent me. I do not represent it. I'm not going to get pulled in this direction. You can't change people, but you can build. So I just decided I would build a culture of my own. Mm-hmm. And it started with just me. I don't care who's next to me. Claudio's next to me, who I would trust with my life, who's been my right-hand man for years. Mm-hmm. Wheeler, who's basically an adopted child of mine at this point.
What does that make me?
Pac, who's a professional through and through. You know, these are the kinds of people that I start with. Marina has become my lieutenant, my head of security, the heart and soul of the entire operation. If every wrestler in this sport worked as hard every single day as Marina Shafir, everybody would be 1,000 times better. The work ethic that she has, the approach to this game, living the life, not just talking about it, but living it, living the life of a professional athlete, a professional wrestler. She has a big match one night, and I wake up in the morning, and it's the afternoon, because I sleep in, and I look out the window, and she's down at the pool doing exercises, shadow boxing, and then I pull up at the building an hour later, and she's outside the building, jumping rope, looking like a pit bull.
Yeah.
And then that night, goes out there and goes to war. She never turns it off. Gabe Kidd is another guy who bought into this is a lifestyle.
He's got
this is
incredible
about
shape, too.
This is about not setting a standard for other people. This is about setting a standard for ourselves that we live up to every single day. And if other people want to follow along, if other people want to try and match us, if they want to try and outdo us, then great. That's the whole point. It's about building better competition, momentum, carrying on and on and on and on for years. And it's got to start somewhere. Starts with us.
Where does your discipline come from? Because I have never seen anybody as disciplined as you. I mean, for people that obviously wouldn't know, but like so disciplined with working out, with keeping your body mobile, with the diet. I've just never seen anything like it before. Where does that come from for you? How do you stay on track like that so consistently?
I've asked the question before, like what do I have that nobody else has? And the answer is nothing. I was not gifted anything. It's not who my daddy is. It's not my physical skills and gifts. It's not my friends or the people I kiss ass to. I've never been good at any of that. I've never been gifted at any of that. I've never been the front runner. I've never had a choice but to do everything the hard way, to do everything manual, to do everything analog. There's no shortcut, quick fix. Have I been very fortunate at times? Has the universe conspired to work out perfectly? God's perfect timing? Yes, I believe so, but I had to do the work. I had to hold up my end, and I still have to. Mm-hmm. Or I'll get run over, or I'll become irrelevant. That's the only reason I'm here in the first place. Thing that's largely been taken out of the game today is, okay, you're big, you're strong, you're fast, you can win matches, but can you handle this lifestyle? Mm-hmm. Can you be away from your family? Can you wrestle 200 times a year? Can you be on the road every single night? That's all largely been taken away. It's easy. I think so. But I choose not to let it become easy. Mm-hmm. And I see these other guys who love it because it's easy. And I see some guys, and I feel bad for them because they don't know any other way but easy. And I see them mentally checked out. And their paycheck is still coming through, but they're not here. And they're not going to reach their full potential unless they take it upon themselves to do it. Mm-hmm. to make sure they leave no stone unturned, to make sure they leave no hour, no minute, no second wasted. Take a guy like Gabe Kidd, who is the perfect guy who showed up at the perfect time.
He's trying to help with light, sorry.
Oh, sorry. And I say to him, I have a job for you. It's really difficult. It's not going to pay any extra. A lot of people are going to hate you. The stakes are very, very, very high. And you will get no credit, no applause whatsoever. Mm-hmm. Maybe the opposite. Before I even finish my sentence, he's looking for a place to sign his name on the paper, right?
Yeah.
A guy like this, how can I not put 100% in every single day? Right? Somebody like Marino. How can I not put in 100% every single day? I have to live I have to practice what I preach. I have to live the life that I espouse. You know, I could get by and make it really easy on myself, but I choose not to. Because somebody's got to show them the way. Right? Every old-timey wrestler talks about how it was harder back in the day, and yeah, I'm sure somebody somewhere is talking about how these people today, they don't even know what it's like to milk a cow. They just go to the store and, you know, like things change and things evolve. You have to accept it. And, you know, I'm not going to be one of these guys who just talks in circles and just is totally full of shit. I refuse to be full of shit. I will do what I say until I can't do it anymore.
So
you know, these people sacrifice, their time, their immense effort, and I have to hold up my end.
So to that point, though, like, to what end? Because I know that you were here setting, the measuring stick for work ethic and what we should expect and how you should come into work and, wanting to be the best professional wrestler that we've ever seen and known. But at what cost to you? Because, like you said, you have the most matches of anybody in AEW. You're wrestling Dynamites, you're wrestling Collisions, you're wrestling pay-per-views. Like, at what point does that start to affect you physically and mentally?
Yeah, if you're not affected physically and mentally, you're not doing this job right.
I mean, detrimentally.
If you're going in any match at 100%, then you're not doing this job right. It's just part of the game. At this point, for me, pain is just information. It just gives me data. It's largely ambivalent to it. I'm chasing mastery. And this idea of mastery is not something you're ever going to hold in your hand. And if you do figure everything out, then the game's going to evolve. And then you're going to have to learn new things and catch up. It's just going to keep on spinning infinitely. Mm-hmm. So there is no end, ever. The rewards of that are not external. They're not, what you get. They're what you become. They're the person you become in chasing mastery in whatever it is you're doing. There are people who are motivated by the external. The money, the cars, the belts, the Instagram followers, or TikTok people, or whatever the fuck people do. There are people that are intrinsically motivated. There are people who want to get good at the thing. And that is their motivation. These are the people I surround myself with. These are the people I give my time to. Death Riders are intrinsically motivated to be the best at this. Mm-hmm. Not better than the other guy, but better than they were yesterday. Better than we were yesterday. And where everybody else falls on the ladder, on the we're not even playing that game. Mm-hmm. I don't care about anybody else. I'm really having a hard time, like, last couple of years especially, you know, I don't feel like I'm even the same person I was even a couple of years ago. I really don't. Real hard time relating to people now. I was standing in a group of people and they're talking about stuff and I'm not really even sure what they're talking about. Even if they're talking about wrestling, I'm like, are we even talking about wrestling right now? Like, what the hell are you even talking about? Everybody's, I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like everybody is sucked into some game that I've just opted out of. And I feel very disconnected, you know, from the entire world, and things just I don't feel connected to things. But in the ring,
that feels very concerning for me to hear you say, like, as your wife, that you are just like can't connect with people.
Because
like,
they
that
care.
Sounds very lonely.
It's not. It's that. It's not. I don't care about the things most other people care about. Mm-hmm. In the ring, none of that matters or exists. In the ring, everything makes sense. In the ring, I have my hands on the controls of everything. Mm-hmm. And everything makes sense. And I learn every time I go to the ring. And that is, I think, probably the biggest difference between me and everybody else. Why I was able to come out of the Continental Classic. Why I can beat anybody in the world of any style, of any size or shape, against any odds, on any night, is I go to the ring to learn. I say, seek first to understand, not to be understood. So I go to the ring seeking to understand. I don't go out there to show off my thing that I can do. I say, okay, what do you got? And I just do something and I see what the guy does. And then I do something and I just see what he does. Every time I get to be in the ring is a chance to increase my understanding of this. Listening. Right? If I can impose my will on my opponent and win in 30 seconds, that's fine, but did I learn anything? If I know I can whoop his ass, then, and I go out there and whoop his ass, then did I learn anything? So I'm getting better every single time out, and my understanding of this craft is increasing at an exponential level.
What is your understanding then of someone like Takeshita? He has been sort of this thorn in your side, and I guess someone that you've maybe not been able to fully understand or crack the code on.
No, he's very, very good. Takeshita is goddamn good. They say that, at least I hear this all the time, that I'm a hard guy to impress. I don't think that's true. I think that a lot of people are totally delusional about what should be impressive. Takeshita, especially over the last year or two, has impressed me a great deal. I think probably Takeshita might be the best guy in AEW. If there was one guy that I wouldn't totally bet the farm that I'm 100% sure I can take him out, it's Takeshita. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I don't know this guy at all. I haven't hung out with this guy. We don't even speak the same language. I know nothing about this guy, but I know everything about him. There's an understanding between us that we have that only the kinds of wrestlers who seek out challenge and seek out competition and just want to be out there, who are willing to put themselves through a Continental Classic, through a G1, to go to every indie show in the country, around the world, wherever they're set up a ring, just to be out there, just to play our instruments. Because we're very good at them. Because we like to experiment. Because we're chasing mastery of what we're doing. There's an unspoken, unsaid thing between us that we have in common. But guys like us are very, 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 very competitive. I was not willing to walk away with a 20-minute draw. I would rather choke on my own vomit and die than be satisfied with a 20-minute draw with Takeshita. I would rather just lose. I'd rather just go for it and die on my shield and get knocked out than sit on a plane for 15 hours on the way back from Australia replaying this 20-minute draw in my head, because I feel like there's something I didn't do that I should have done. Did I not press on the gas when I should have pressed on the gas? Did I not see something? Is there's something that I was missing, and it's eating me alive, because I absolutely know I can beat this guy. I absolutely know I will beat this guy. And that level of competitiveness that me and Takeshita share, it's hard to explain to people, where everything else just disappears and melts away, and there's no fans in the arena, and it all boils down to this 20 by 20 ring, and it's just you and this guy, and nothing else exists. And the arena's full of thousands of screaming people, and it's silent. And all you hear is flesh on flesh, and you hear the sound of the boards under the ring, and you hear the sound of the rope snapping, and you hear the sound of the other guy's breath coming out of his lungs when you hit him in the gut, and you hear the sound of his bones and his tendons stretching and twisting. Nothing else. It's like, I don't know, you ever seen two people play racquetball?
Yeah.
And you just hear the ball, an echo, and balls bounce. It's like that. That's where the magic happens. That's where you learn and find new levels to yourself you didn't know were there before. And you need opponents like Takeshita, guys that I don't want to say I'm scared of, because that's not the right word, but I'm fully aware that he could beat me. Mm-hmm. But also, God damn it, he is not going to beat me at Revolution. He's just not. I can't see it any other way.
Well, no time limit, Revolution, you and Takeshita. Someone will come out on top of that as the winner. What has it meant to you to be the Continental Champion? Because you were wrestling all these different styles, Dynamites, Collisions, luchadors, strong style. You're all over the place.
On the one hand, it's external. It's a belt, it's a trophy, it's a thing, it's a stat on a sheet, it's some words put together that they say means something and whatever. On the other hand, what I went through in the Continental Classic, the effort, everybody else, all the other competitors in the Continental Classic, the combined magic that is that tournament, when everybody busts their ass, scratching and clawing to get to the top of this mountain, it really does mean something. And you can call it whatever you want. It's part of my identity. Walking it, talking it, living up to it every single day. That is being a champion. For the people on my team, for the, out of respect to the opponents that are coming after me. I have to live it and breathe it and walk it and talk it every day. It's not a belt you put on. It's not a trophy you hold up. It's an identity. And you either are it or you're not. The things on the forefront of my mind, the weight I feel that I carry, is I want other people to achieve their full potential. I don't want circumstances to just pass them by. I don't want any missed opportunities to pass them by. People that are willing to put in the work, I want to make sure that we wring every single drop out of their potential that we can. And the best way for me to do that is to live it myself. I am not at my peak yet. Hundreds of times, people have wanted to write me off. Going back decades. But he'll never do that. But he'll never do that. But there's still a whole nother level that exists that I can reach. Every time I think I get really good, I look back on it like years later and I go, actually, I sucked at that point. There's always like another door and you open and there's a whole nother room and you didn't even know that was there. Like it never stops. That's the beauty of this, man. It's so exciting every day because you could unlock a whole new level that you didn't know existed every single day. So it is my duty to my team, my duty to my opponents, to leave no stone unturned. Do you think I want to go back to the hotel tonight and do mobility exercises till 3 a.m? Do you think I want to do that?
No.
Right. It's about leaving no stone unturned. If people understood the maintenance that goes into a body that's been getting the shit kicked out of it for 22 years, like this, of the upkeep that it takes to stay in fine-tuned condition. You know, if most wrestlers, 9 out of 10, if they spent 24 hours a day in my body, they would just quit. 9 out of 10 people would call in sick to work the next day. They would just stay in bed. You know, they would think they got malaria or something. They'd be like, there's no way you actually live like this, but it's just my state of being. And I can leave no stone unturned every single day. You know, because everything is finite, especially athletic careers. So, you know, while I'm here, I am not going to take my foot off the gas pedal.
All right, before we get out of here, this has been a lot of like heavy, serious talk. Talk to me about being a dad. And like having Nora insisting that I text you before we go to sleep. Tell Dad I said he's the best wrestler in the world. What does it mean to you to have like a little daughter that just fucking loves you like that?
I mean, it's
that
all
like softer side of you. We have all these, you're so disciplined and have all these hard things that you go through, but there's this little pocket of softness in your life.
Earlier you said it was like sad or lonely and I don't feel like I connect to people or something like that. Let me tell you why it's not. Because I know exactly who I am. I know my identity, right? And I said, you'll notice that being champion is a part of it, but it's not the whole thing. I have to be the same person. I have to set the same example. I have to live the same standard every single day, or otherwise I'm full of shit. Yeah, it's identity. You know, have I done some or commissioned some terrible things to be done in the last year and a half or so? Have the Death Riders been involved in some heinous acts, as people would call them, some very unpopular decisions we've made, but I would do them all again. And if necessary, I will do worse. That's part of the identity too. Whether I have to explain that to my daughter or I have to explain that to the people who are riding with me, I'll be exactly who I need to be and do exactly what I need to do every single day for whoever I need to do it for. Oh God, you want to talk about learning something new every day? Being a dad, you want to talk about opening a new door and seeing a new room you didn't even know existed. You know, it's every single day. And who's she gonna turn out to be? And as she grows, that will challenge me to grow in conjunction with her. What will be asked of me as she grows and evolves into the person she's going to become. So that's a whole nother challenge. So it's all connected. It's all the same thing. There are times to compartmentalize when I have to do something I don't necessarily want to do, but I have to do. When I am getting ready to, stab somebody in the eyeball with a fork, or some such thing, when the unpleasantness is turned up to 10. I don't want a 4-year-old runner around. To be successful in this, you need to live the life. So all things in your life must be congruent to be successful.
All right, you have been able to do so many things throughout your career, but is there like one final achievement that you want to be able to have in your career, in life?
Yes.
What's that?
I want to be able to step into the ring and control the temperature in the room. With my mind. Which is impossible. Which is exactly why it's worth chasing.
Okay. Well, what does that mean to you? That will mean that you've mastered it?